Okay, with this video, I am going to talk about nested loops. Now, it took for me a while to get to the point where I can understand the nested loops. For me, it was really hard, feeling that I am going through like but a hard puzzles that comes with, when those kind of puzzles they came with the 5,000 pieces. But I ended up seeing that the nested loops are very easy to use. Now, I used to write it like down, follow the steps, and I get to the point where was totally wrong for my brain, at least, to understand it. Now, I am not asking you or asking anyone to follow my steps or my suggestions, but I am telling you that everyone is different and everyone with the programming, especially with coding, it's your way how you can understand coding, how you can understand nested loops, or how you can understand anything that related to coding. So for me, I start just talking it loud and make my brain to understand what is going on. Okay, so usually what I like to do whenever I do any program, I like to put my comments in here and say, what does this program do? So here I will say working with nested loops. So let's try to start. Let's just write in here, start in here. So we will do the include, open the soft the output and input files, and then we will open our main function, right, which is that main function usually turns to nothing, which is 0. Okay, now before I go deep and start with the nested loop, I will say start with the regular loop. So I will say I want to print from 0 to 4. Make it easier for us from 0 to 3. So I'm going to say I until I, of course, integer, and then we're gonna open my loop and say I will start from 0, and then I less than 4, so that means it's from 0 to 3, which is will count 4 times, right? And then we'll increment the I. Now what I'm gonna say, okay, go ahead and print the I for me, and then here, of course, we're gonna say it as D for integer, and print I for me, okay? And then I will go to save in here. I usually do Control C, but I just make it always like that for us to remember that we have to print, or showing you what I'm doing. Okay, so now I am gonna go to locate that file, this file on my computer. Okay, so it's probably in my folder C, as you can see up there. And here, C programming. Okay, C programming, and then I will open that file, which is loop1.c, and then I'm going to run that program. So I got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Excellent. Now let me put some spaces in here, see how it's gonna work like that. Save. There's not gonna be any difference though. We're not gonna see it. Oh, actually there are difference. That is very cool. So that means, like you see, that means we print 1, we print 0, going back to make a check, and then print 1, go back to make a check, and check with the if it's less than 4 or not. Okay, so I got this one. Now let me okay, let me just do it, so we're gonna make it easy for the eye to understand Okay, I'm gonna clear this. I'm gonna put just in lines. Okay, now I want to print each number 3 times. Each number 3 times. Like 0, we printed 1, 2, 3. Let's just put it 2. Let's just put it 2. It's going to be easy for us to understand. Okay, so I'm going to print 0 2 times, 1 2 times, 2 2 times, 3 2 times. What I'm going to do, I'm going to say, okay, I already have it that the count, you're counting from here to there, but I really want you to print each number that it has for the loop 2 times. Now what I'm going to say in here, since we have one loop, we need the second loop, j, and we were going to say, okay, j equal to 0. Let me just take this one off so it's going to be easy for us to see. And j will say how many times? 2 times. That means less than 1. So it's going to be 0 and 1. Less than I'm going to try with less than 1 first. Oh, and my roommate is here, so I have to pause. So back to what we were saying. Okay, so what I'm saying is that already we printed from 1 to 0, which is from in here. Now what I want to do is I want to count from 0 to 1, and I want to add, print this 0 twice, print 1 twice, 2 times, print 2 2 times, and print 3 2 times. So in order to do that, okay, I have another loop in here, and I'm asking that loop to print each number twice. So the first time we will start from 0, and we'll go to 1, which is 2 numbers. And then we will print the I. So let's just run, save the software or save the program, get to the file loop and print. And see, there's a problem. Running would not stop. So Control C will end this, and we'll see what problem do we have in here. Let me just increase this to 2. Oh, put it back. I have a real problem in here. I did not do an increment, and so that does not know what's going on. So I'll increment the j. We'll save back. Let me do this first, okay? So we can see the difference in here. Let's just print the I by itself. Okay, so here, as we said, printed from 1 to 3, which is, 4 times. And now we will get rid of this. So we'll make it work. File and save. And we will get the file again and print it. Now, there is nothing happened in here, and we have to discover why it did not work. Now, let's see if I can put 2 in here. That could be one of the reasons. Okay, so save, run the software, and do this. Here we go. I was thinking about that because from 0 to 1, that will be only one number. That's great. So printed zeros twice, printed 1 twice, printed 2 twice, and printed 3 twice. So see, that's how I make my brain to work. Now, if I, like personally, if I did on a paper, that will must messed up everything. I just work on it as a puzzle that I can see without just making like writing things, and make my brain look at the code and understand it by breaking each loop by itself. So telling my brain without having this, I'm just gonna do Control X to move it. Print for me from 0. Print from 0 to 3. To make it easy, we can do like print from 1 to 3, Control S. Oh, see how it worked this. Actually, that should be what I'm doing in here. Okay, see, that should be actually 4 to get it to 3. Whatever, if you can play with those numbers, there's no problem. Okay, so I'm gonna say to the software or to the program, print from 1 to 4, just can't like get those numbers. I'm gonna put it in a different way. I'm gonna put it, okay, put it from 1 to number 6, save, run the software, and that's what the software does. It just counting from 1 to 6. Okay, better than just write like, hey, print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then it would tell the to the program, okay, please go ahead and print each number twice from those counting numbers. Okay, so save, loop, and boom. See, make it bigger a little bit in here for us to see. So 1, 2 times, 2, 2 times, 3, 2 times 4, 2 times 5, 2 times 6, 2 times, and boom. So this is the easy way to understand the loop nested. I hope that you guys see my video helpful. At least it's helpful for me. Just kidding. That anyhow. So another thing that I am a student who's still trying to learn how to program, and I see that doing a videos and posting them and speaking loudly with what I'm doing now, it helps me to understand how does the program or how does the program I do works. Okay, so that's it.